GatewayPundit.com reports Ghislaine Maxwell is ready to testify before Congress, could blow the lid off the Epstein files and elite pedophile network. Listen to this. So Jim Hoff reported something quite mysterious. Convicted sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell is or Ghislaine, I mean, depends.
Ghislaine works for
Ghislaine works.
I think that's how I was pronouncing her name on the Gateway Pundit today.
Ghislaine?
Yeah.
I always said it Ghislaine.
I always forget.
Yeah, Ghislaine too.
I don't think anyone knows how to say your name.
That was her nickname on the island. So.
But if she was black, it would be Ghislaine. All right, anyway. Ghislaine Maxwell is reportedly ready and willing to testify before the U.S. Congress about the full extent of Jeffrey Epstein's criminal empire and the powerful men who participated in it. According to a Daily Mail report, Maxwell, who's now 63 years old, has not been offered a plea deal nor has been contacted by any U.S. officials about providing testimony, something that she would reportedly welcome. She would be more than happy, quote, to sit before Congress and tell her story. A source close to Maxwell told the news outlet. Why is she not testifying in front of Congress? It's a good question.
Why has she not done this before? Is the real question.
Well, that was the first question. That's what I asked.
The only question so far.
It's like, why are we not eating food? The better question is, why do we not have food that we're eating?
Why are we not hungry? Why are we hungry right now?
I'm just, okay. It's good to have the gang back, right? It's good to have the gang back.
I was like reading I was trying to pull up the live chat and be like, what's going on over here? And then I was trying to butt in. I was like, I don't actually know what we're talking about.
Ghislaine Maxwell is reportedly going to be testifying in front of Congress. You know what's crazy? I just heard Ghislaine Maxwell is going to be testifying in front of Congress. Yeah, new news. But, quote, no one from the government has ever asked her. She remains the only person jailed in connection to Epstein and would welcome the chance to tell the American public the truth. Maxwell is currently serving a 20-year sentence in Tallahassee State Prison in Florida. I didn't even know that she was here, by the way.
Let's get her out.
For her role in grooming and trafficking underage girls for Epstein and his network of high-powered friends, which included billionaires, politicians, academics, and royalty. Yet to date, not a single Epstein client has been charged. Earlier this year, Ghislaine Maxwell asked the U.S. Supreme Court to hear her appeal against 2021 conviction on 5 counts of aiding convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. You can take that off the screen for a second, but... Who is that individual, by the way, who typed on the computer and would be like, he's in a wheelchair?
Stephen Hawking.
Okay, so I don't know if you ever seen the picture.
You know he cheated on his wife? It's like, how do you cheat on your wife and he can't even move?
How'd you get a wife?
Yeah, well...
he can't move and he can't talk.
You ever seen the pictures of him?
And he still managed to cheat.
Well, have you ever seen...
He loved the island, too.
It's true.
Yeah, it was reported, and you can see here one of the pictures. It was apparently him on the island. And he's definitely getting some. So what's your excuse? You know what I mean? That's the real question. What's your excuse? Unfortunately, I do want to jump into this. This is actually a monumental development in the story. This is not a joke. Because sometimes things happen in the media where you're going, maybe I've been asking the wrong questions. And I think one of the weird parts about this story is it's like, no one in the government has asked her to testify. She's in prison, but nobody has asked her to testify. My personal opinion, I do agree a little bit with the boomers on the Trump Epstein thing, is that they will kill Trump if he releases the truth. I think they'll kill him, and I think he knows that, and I think that Ghislaine knows that
he needs to just take one for the team.
I'm saying, but for her,
he's like 80.
He's like 73, 74.
Trump? He's literally
Trump's
79.
80.
He's 79.
Yeah, but they'd get his kids first.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't just be Trump taking the bullet, it'd be the whole family.
Well, still, it's like take one for the team,
Oh, I don't disagree. I mean, I was saying it when Ghislaine was first arrested. I was like, oh, perfect. So we have the person who is trafficking minors. Now we can question them and we'll get all the information. And I heard myself say that. I went, oh, that's wishful thinking.
Yeah.
And
well, it's honestly though, like this whole, how do you say her name? I don't even want to say it anymore.
Ghislaine.
I think it's Ghislaine.
Ghislaine?
Or Ghislaine. I don't think it really matters.
Okay, Ghislaine, I think. People are saying it's Gollin. No, that's not true.
No, definitely not.
Hey, Mike, can you double ping Peter as well, please? Yeah, so what you were saying,
Wait,
what was your point?
What was I even saying?
I don't know.
Okay, my whole thing is I was like,
Sarah?
oh yeah, okay. They're definitely gonna just like bring her in and be like, okay, we need you to say, oh yeah, there's not actually that big of a deal. There's no blackmail ring. Name like 2 people that are dead. You know what I mean? Like that's probably what's gonna happen. That's why they're bringing her out now. Obviously, like you think they're gonna. Like, you think she's like, she's the one fighting against the system, be like, I'm going to expose the truth. No, they're obviously just going to bring her out and get her to say whatever they want her to say. So
That's true. If it was Matt Gaetz as AG, I would believe it a little bit more if he was the one who was doing all the Epstein probes and he was the one bringing her in. But yeah, now that it's Pam Bondi and that DOJ, I could totally see that happening where they bring her in. And it's
is that
just
not
like, it's a
why?
scapegoat.
Like, isn't that kind of obvious? They're
Yeah.
going to get her to say whatever they want her to say. Like, you can't really just like trust it just because it's her.
I mean, I don't trust anything in this administration at this point. You know, the file should have been released a long time ago. They keep switching their story back and forth. And I think the same thing's going to happen when she goes and she testifies. I don't think we're going to get any of the information as much as I hope we do. I don't think it'll go there. You know, everything that they say, first it was that the Democrats destroyed the evidence. Then they went from the Democrats destroyed the evidence to saying that the evidence was made by Obama and Hillary, which makes no sense. Why would Hillary have Bill Clinton pushed out there so much if that was the case? So I really don't think that we're going to get to the bottom of it as far as her going on stand. I do hope so. I hope that there's information that comes to light so we can actually hold people accountable. But the administration, their main thing they're doing is they're just trying to play cleanup right now. They thought the American people were going to be dumb and just blindly follow whatever was said. You know, put a couple binders in the air and say, you know, and then get to the point where they're like, are we still talking about this? They're just hoping that they can sweep this under the rug. But as you guys see in SAS, it seems like more people are realizing how much we're being lied to, and they're getting sick and tired of it.
Well, the weird thing is, I don't really think that was like the plan the whole time to be like, oh, we're totally gonna release it. We're gonna show the binders. And then like rug pull. Like that's because that's a retarded plan.
But how do you know? Because Q said.
Listen, I'm saying.
Oh, are you gonna? I was like, Q said the white hats are coming, and so
yeah, trust the plan. 4D chess.
Trust, yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is like, I don't think that was the plan all along, was to hype it up and rug pull, because, I mean, it's kind of a retarded plan. I feel like they would have just not talked about it that much. You know what I mean? I feel like they would have been like, oh, maybe Epstein. Yeah, true. Like, why would they hype it up so much just to do that? Like, after they won the election. So it's not like it's even
maybe they
just to
thought we
win.
were stupid. Genuinely, maybe they didn't expect this level of pushback, because I think that's where Dan Bongino even. People say he's already resigned. I don't know if that's true.
No, he showed back up to the White House today.
Okay, so then that's not true. But in retrospect, I do believe that there was a little bit of them assuming that we would be like, oh, it's phase one and whatever, and then it would buy them time to figure out what they were going to do next. And whatever happened, I can tell you this. What Trump did say is that Comey and the previous FBI leadership, that they messed with the documents to make them, like, basically it's a trap for Trump. And what I believe, everyone's got their own beliefs, but what it appears to be that he said directly, I'm just going by what he said, is that whether it's him, his staff, his family, or his associates, there are people that have been falsely implicated in these documents that when they actually went through them, they've been adjusted and changed, and it would make people seem guilty of crimes they didn't commit, or it would intentionally make it appear that people, you know, took advantage of children that really maybe just took a flight. That's kind of what he said in his long yip yap that was just kind of annoying. Do I buy that? No, because this is it's a hoax thing. It's a hoax. It's a hoax. It's a hoax. The Democrat hoax. That, like, they're saying that basically the Epstein files are Russiagate. And to me, that's
Stupid.
I don't think anyone's that dumb.
It's like, that's the moment you realize like Trump just is a boomer. Like, you think that Trump's different than the retarded boomers who believe everything he says. You're like, Trump, you know, Trump's like, wait, whatever. And it's like, you realize actually maybe Trump just like has the exact same like MAGA boomer brain. He's like, oh, well, it was the Democrats. It's like, dude.
Well, it's the same thing as every other neocon that came before. I mean, you guys are doing the book club with the where the right went wrong, and so I started reading it just because I needed something else to read. And everything that was written about, everything we were predicted would happen is obviously coming true. I mean, the country's getting divided closer and closer to civil war, and all of this stuff is happening, and people are finally fed up. And like what Elijah was saying earlier, where they released phase one and they assumed it would buy them time, they received so much blowback. People blew up in their face online because they had the binders, and then the binders had nothing new. And so everyone was sitting there going, all right, where's the next thing? This is what we're looking for. We want something more. You guys promised something more. We already have this stuff. Give us something more. And they said, oh, they panicked and were like, oh, well, actually, he did kill himself and he doesn't exist.
Yeah, I feel like they might have underestimated how much people care about Epstein. I think they totally did underestimate that, because I feel like they thought it was something is just for like, you know, stupid, silly conspiracy theorists or whatever. And it's like, Actually, no, everyone kind of, like, that's one of those so-called conspiracy theories that everyone just knows is true.